what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mix It Up podcast. I am Mike. That is Nick.
Hi.
Hi, Nick. Guess what I was doing, man? To get ready for the show. I don't know how you prepare for the Mix It Up show, Mix It Up podcast that we do, but I've been starting
Yeah,
to do like vocal exercises. So I'm
really.
like, yeah, I found a couple websites like AEIOU, AEIOU. Sally sells seashells by the seashore, and like
Interesting.
just going around the house like talking like that, like I'm a mental patient. My dog looking at me like, "The fuck are you doing?" But just
Hmm.
trying to get my voice warmed up for the show. I'm sure you do
Yeah.
that with your music.
No, I tried warming up like one time. I lost my voice. I lose my voice very easily when I sing, number one. I lost it even quicker because I wasted all I wasted all the voice energy that I had by warming up.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go, fucking, you go right in there, huh?
But yeah, I try to start with easier on the voice. Sometimes I don't, and I just tear my voice apart song one by song two. I already need a
Fucking
new
shot.
singer to come on stage and fucking fill in for me.
Damn. Well, see, I'm trying to make the show better. You know what I'm saying? I want to sound more clear now that
Yeah.
my sinuses have toned down a lot since I've been on
Yeah.
this last nasal spray I've been doing. So I think I'm getting back there.
Good. I think my cough's all gone, and I don't spit up. Like I still spit, like because I'm just normally I spit, but like I think I'm all cleared up. I think it's gone. But you know what, man?
Fucking good.
I still don't. My sense of smell has deteriorated since the corona
Me
to
too.
the point where I can't fucking smell most of the time. Like I fart all day at my job, right?
Yeah.
People gotta be walking near me and like, what the fuck is that? But I can't smell it, so I'm just like that. It doesn't smell. It doesn't smell as fart.
Dude, you know what? It was funny. For the last 4 years, I haven't been able to smell really. But all of a sudden, like the last time we were all out to eat, you went to Bonamici and you came out the bathroom. That brought it back. I was like, yo, I can smell again. I'm like, fuck,
Mm-hmm.
hallelujah.
Yep.
So yeah,
It's pretty annoying not to have like the full sense of smell that I used to have because I used to have the strongest sense of smell that out of anybody that I've ever knew. I had superhuman smelling powers. If I went into a house and there was mildew at all, I would know in a second. I was almost as if I were a drug dog for mildew or mold. I could sniff it out in a second.
it's just
Now, very difficult for me to do. Everything hits me secondary. The
yeah.
smell is right in front of my face, and then I catch the whiff of it like in the back of my nasals or something, my nasal glands, and then I'm like, oh, that fart does smell.
It was funny. I was gonna compare you to like one of those dogs too. I was like, yo, fuck it. Like if we needed like a mule or like a drug fucking dog, I'm like, yo, fuck it. We don't need a dog. We got Nick. And then we just bring you to the crime scene and then you sniff
Yeah,
it out, and then we give you like a treat and shit. And
yeah.
then you go away, man. That'd be fucking up. You
Speaking
get
of
locked
crime
up in the
scenes,
cage.
we're not going to give any spoiler alerts here, but Your Honor, sick.
Oh, dude, that's the fucking best. Are you caught up?
Yeah, I think I'm at the end. It's seven episodes.
Seven
Oh no, there's
episodes.
more. There's gonna be more, right?
There's what season are you in? Two, right?
I'm on this season. Yeah,
Season two, right? You see the first season?
yeah. But
Yeah,
is
you're up to
this the last episode of the
I don't
season?
know. It's seven, right? We watched 17,
Yeah,
they call it. So
yeah.
I guess 18 might be the last, or does it go to 20? No, it has to go to 20,
Uh,
right? Because
beats
they
me.
had 10 the first season, so they got to have like at least 10 more. So you think there's more coming after this. Plus, there's a lot left to figure out. Now, I don't want to spoil
Yeah.
anything. You know what I mean? If you haven't caught up, but yeah, Bryan Cranston, man, telling you, he's one of my favorite actors, if not my favorite actor. With him and like Breaking Bad, oof, dude's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
You know, what's pretty wild is that the fact that they weren't going to do a second season. So they didn't have any of this planned.
Nah, they
And
didn't.
then they just decided to build off the first season and the twisty shit that happens in like episode 7. You would never see that coming ever.
Nah. No, because they would just like kind of be like, yo, it's a hit. It was supposed to be a one and done, and then they
Yeah.
just like were like, yo, they went on some, I don't know what the fuck they would do, shrooms or whatever, but they thought about so many fucking things and what directions it could
Yeah.
go in and what could happen.
Hmm.
Like I said, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but yeah, fucking your honors, great, great fucking show, man.
Yeah. Yo, doesn't it seem like Sophia, whatever her name is, got like a chin job? She got like a smaller chin now. She used to have this huge, she still got a big ass chin,
They-
but her
You
chin
think
got smaller a little bit.
you think some went away?
I think they might have trimmed her chin down a little bit, gave her a little chin job.
Wow. Yeah, I gotta check that out. You know what you can do? Get two TVs. Put season one with her on one TV, and
Yeah,
then her and season two on another, and like compare the chins.
could do that.
You gotta get the same size TV though for both because one chin will look bigger on the small TV. You know what I mean?
Right.
Vice versa.
You're right. She had the illmatic Jay Leno chin in the first season. Now she don't have it anymore.
You could tell if it's like 2 inches, your chin gone. Like you know what I'm saying? You know
Right.
what happened to it. Like chins don't just fall off. You got to get worked on. you know,
Yeah, it's
like
true.
it's crazy. It's crazy what they do to themselves. All these people, like the Kardashians. You ever see the girls walking around with like the small waist and then the gigantic asses and big ass fat
Yes.
titties? It's like that's
Um,
just
yes, Mike.
yeah,
Yes,
I
I see
know.
that.
It's just too much. The ass is just too much, bro. Like it's just too big. I don't know how you guys can fucking like that big gigantic ass. I need that fucking small little thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, not these fucking big monster look like fucking, I don't know, just terrible, terrible looking.
Well, there's a poll out there actually that states that men with little wieners do enjoy it, the small butts, Mike. So yeah,
Really. I heard the
there you
opposite.
go.
I heard the
And
opposite.
there you have it. There you have it. Yeah.
I don't believe
So
that.
would you like to change your previous statement, Mike?
I'll
I
just
love big butts.
if I just have to bleep this out or distort it or cut it up to make me sound better, I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of big butts, I don't know where I was going with
No
that.
segue into that. None of our top
Yeah.
stories have any big butts on them.
I don't know. Maybe they do, but
I'm sure one of
I
them.
think the top story. I think the top story today that we heard this morning is that people are coming out now, agencies, and it's being published in news like the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal that the pandemic was most likely caused by a leak in a laboratory.
Coronavirus!
Holy shit!
Coronavirus!
Wow.
Can you
So
imagine?
all of this time, yeah. Go on, Mike. Go
Yeah.
on.
Can you imagine like all this time that we've had to deal with this fucking shit? We were called conspiracy theorists. We were called racist. We were called all these names. They try to put us down and make us feel bad about ourselves, but we just didn't know we weren't doing anything wrong. You know what I mean? We just like wanted to know the truth. So basic science teach you like, hey, if you actually caught the fucking virus, the shot ain't gonna do shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't need it. It's not gonna spread that. It's like this is common knowledge. This is basic science for every fucking influencer we've had for the beginning of time. You know what I mean? So for them to just magically change it, like, so they thought maybe they did think that it would stop the spread. Maybe they really believed it because they knew that it came from a lab and they made that shit super contagious that they were like, all right, the vaccine is the only thing that's gonna work. And it was probably just a
Right.
trial. It was a trial on us to actually see if it worked. They couldn't get that out too quickly, that
Right.
was too fast. Too
Well,
fast to have any serious trials on that COVID vaccine.
or maybe the trials had already existed and they already knew that it would work against it in a way. But even though, it wasn't 100% fucking efficient, maybe it did help. Who knows? Maybe it does bring down the symptoms, like just like when you have COVID, Paxlovid does. It takes the fucking the symptoms down. Um, but COVID Paxlovid, bro. That's all I can say is COVID Paxlovid. That's all I can really say.
These stupid, silly commercials. Yeah, but that's that's where we are, man, with that bullshit. So
Yeah, they might have already had it. If it was released from a laboratory, that means they probably had a vaccine to fight against it. Because what's the point of having what's the point of growing the virus without having something that could kill the virus, right?
right, yeah,
So
that
it's
makes
all
sense.
fucking, it all makes sense now, doesn't it? And what's going to happen to all the people that called us pieces of shit and human tramp stamps? I got called a human tramp stamp at the
That's not
grocery store one time for over this. Remember that?
really. I don't know how you get called that. Like, how does that? You just have conversation about that kind of shit, and it
I don't
just
even want to get into it. I don't even want to get into it.
that's just
But
funny, man. Because when I go to grocery store, I don't talk to strangers. That's your
yeah,
problem. You fucking talk to strangers, and sometimes when you talk to strangers, it just leads into bad situations. You know what I'm saying? That's
I'm
why I
telling you.
talk to nobody. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so now what happens now? Now what happens that they're saying that this got released into the general public? What the fuck happens? And also,
It's just another
how?
story.
How? How did it get released? What did some guy forget to take his suit off? His fucking his astronaut suit off before he went to go outside. Like, oh shit, I forgot to take my astronaut suit off.
Yeah, it's like, you know,
Right,
I don't know how. Yeah, is it on your fucking finger?
right.
Do you sniff it? Is
Or
there a
did
hole in
they?
your mask?
Right,
I don't
they had
know.
to have gotten contaminated.
Had to. Yeah,
This is
somebody had
fucking
to get.
crazy.
Yeah, there had to be a patient zero. You know
Yeah,
the fuck? Why are they
yeah,
fucking testing this, making these things super contagious? Of course, this shit's gonna eventually get out into the wild. We're
right.
fucking human. We're gonna fuck up. There's people gonna fuck up, and they fucked up. Could you
Yeah,
imagine? Imagine that one person, patient zero, knows. He knows it's him. Like you're the guy. Like
yeah.
imagine he comes out and say, "Yeah, I started this." Imagine if people knew that guy's name, he'd be
They
dead.
probably killed him. They
Yeah,
probably killed him already, Mike.
yeah. Maybe they did. Maybe they did kill them for making that kind of mistake, or maybe it's just set up to begin with. Who knows? You know?
Why is this coming out now? Why has this not been buried? Why is this information actually coming out into fruition now? Why are people telling us this? Is it because now they're going to turn it around and say, "Oh, look how good that modern science was, that we were able to, like, something that was built in the lab and the vaccine"? Are they going to try to promote the vaccine even harder now?
Oh,
Like, why would they tell us this? They can hide everything from us, Mike. How did this get out to the point where it's like, no, now we have to tell them, oh shit, because we know so much already that just gets brushed underneath the carpet, you know? Look at Epstein and all that shit.
yeah.
Everybody knows that people were going to his fucking silly ass little island,
Mhm.
right? Playing weird games and shit. Weird games over there, you know? And nothing happens with that. That's all just going to be hidden, right?
Yeah, like there was the whole list of that was supposed to come out, and it just didn't. Like we were supposed
Right.
to hear the list of actual names, not that fucking flight list. Well, apparently all of Hollywood just goes to fucking trips with this fucking guy to his island. I mean,
Right.
I don't know. Like, what are people really expected to believe that he just went there like to do regular stuff? You know,
Yeah.
it's a bad fucking place, a bad island. All those people should be like, yo, you got to come out and tell us exactly what you did. You know, but
Right.
that'll never fucking happen. They got too much money, too much fucking power. They can hide that shit.
Isn't it weird that Fauci retired and now this comes out and they give you enough time for Fauci to have retired? Now there's a little time of
Yeah.
span time. And then they say that, oh, it was in a lab when everybody said that we were funding labs in fucking Wuhan. And we had, it was our fucking stupid fault in a way as well because we were funding them. But this douchebag Fauci says, oh, no, we weren't funding them. I mean, isn't there a paper trail showing that the United States was giving Wuhan money and Fauci knew about it and all that shit, and now it's out, and
Right. And nobody gives a shit
nobody gives a shit. And he
because they
lied
kept
about it
because they
all.
kept seeing him on fucking TV all the time. They were like, "Oh, he's the guy,
Right,
he's the doctor." You know, this a large percentage of us that be like, "Yo, Fauci lied, fuck Fauci," you know, all the hashtags like that. There's a good amount of people like that. Trust me. But there's
right,
still a lot of people that just don't give a fuck about this fucking guy. Like, ah, whatever. You know, people
yeah,
just like so like I think beaten down too in a way that they're just like, yo, whatever, man. Like, what else is
right,
new? Like we just keep getting hit with fucking garbage all day. That's why I try to
right.
stay away from these. So I try to stay like mostly into sports and like funny topics because this shit is just fucking sad, man. It's sad at the same time. Our country lies to us.
I,
That's all that. That's all that.
I want people are probably gonna call this fake news too, and be like, nah, it's bullshit. But this brings me to a point where I was telling you earlier how I watched a video of Trump today
Mhm.
talking about how when I get reelected, I will make the country better again. Everything was great under me, which I believe he probably will make the country better again. And he said he's going to get all the warmongers out of office. And that's true. That should be like probably one of the number one things that people should care about. Don't go to war.
Yeah.
Don't kill innocent fucking people. But everybody's worried about transsexual rights and all this shit like that. Like anybody's going to take away anything from you. But shouldn't you care about the other person too? Shouldn't we care about other people as opposed to like, oh, I won't be able to have my transsexual rights anymore if Donald Trump's in here. But millions of people, thousands of people will die at war. But at least I have my right to whatever the fuck you're worried about being taken away from you. I don't really know what the rights are that you're worried about. I understand like gay rights, people are worried they're not going to be able to get married and stuff like that. But if you had the opportunity to go to war and have your ability to fucking get married, or to not get married and not go to war and save thousands of lives, which one would you choose exactly?
Mm.
Because I'll tell you what, I would choose to not go to fucking war because that's the less selfish fucking thing to do. But
But
everybody's
a lot of
worried
people
about
are
them
selfish.
fucking selves, man. Everybody's worried about themselves.
Everybody's fucking selfish. Everybody's selfish, man. And that shit, the wars and everything, because it's not happening over here, it seems like it's so far away that
Right.
it doesn't like impact us. We like seriously, everybody has their priorities like backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to see like a fat ass on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna go on Instagram, find their thing, if it's
Right.
fat asses or if it's whatever else you're looking for, cat videos, parrots talking to themselves or whatever. That's it's hilarious. That's pretty much what's down on my fucking Instagram. Parrots fucking talking to themselves, saying pretty bird and shit to like talking to other birds and to people. It's fucking fascinating. But anyway, I don't know what the fuck was I just saying about it.
I've
I fucking
I
fallen
have
totally
no
went.
idea.
and I
I
can't
totally went
get
down the
up.
fucking rabbit hole and I can't get back. I zoned
I
out for
don't
a
know.
little bit.
Something, I don't know what you were talking about, but I don't know how true this is or not, but the amount of money that we funneled to the Ukraine for weapons, right? In such a short amount of period of time. Who's making these weapons? Are we making these weapons? Are we selling these weapons to them? Are we giving our own armed forces or whoever it's not the armed forces. It's these like isn't it like third party companies?
I
Have
think
you
it's
seen that movie with Jonah Hill where he sells the war dogs?
yeah. War dogs.
They get these contracts to sell weapons to the military. So who's getting rich here, man? With those billions of dollars in aid and like weapons and stuff like that? Who's getting that money? I'll tell you who's getting money. The people that fucking wanted you to go to war to start the war in the first place. The fucking warmongering politicians who are in people's pockets and they're getting fucking kickbacks from this shit.
Dude, the fucking the main guy in Ukraine, Zelensky, whatever his name is.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
basically
yeah. Zelensky.
they put the videos on and it does make you ask the question because he was like a fucking like an actor or a singer and shit back in the day, a
Yeah,
fucking actor, go figure, right? So he gone from like an actor to this main guy making billions and billions of dollars. Like he's worth over
Hmm.
$100 billion, whatever. Like, how does that happen? How does that happen?
I don't know.
No, and nobody questions that kind of shit. Like, how this guy get into power like that from being an actor? You got to see some of the actor videos and some of the dances he was doing. It was like, it was fucking so weird and strange to watch, man. I mean, you'll definitely
Yeah.
laugh like watching it, but then you're like, this is the guy that's the poster boy for this shit. Like, I don't know,
Right.
something's just like something's off, man. And it, God forbid you say like, oh, anything bad about Ukraine or positive for Russia, like you'll get shit down your throat on fucking social media.
Oh yeah.
It's wild, but like Putin had that fucking speech too the other day where he was going after pretty much saying how it is with America. Like, they're changing their genders, they're spending all this time arguing about these stupid politics. So it's like he knows so much about us what we're arguing about, all the fucking bullshit, all
Yeah.
the dumb distractions. It always makes you like, did Russia plan that? Is that like a mental hit on our population? You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
That they made us just bitch about what's on TikTok. Because don't forget, like China, Russia, they're all connected. China owns TikTok. And I
Right.
probably said this before, but we get to see all the garbage on TikTok here. But the China version that they actually have in China, it's a clean version. The kids could only go on 4 hours a day. They see these cute videos and they do math on the fucking thing, solve math problems.
Yeah.
That's what they do. And then they limit it, like I said, to 4 hours a day. That's how they use TikTok over there. Now, why
Hmm.
why are they giving us TikTok, the American people, population, or our kids to just like, here's all the trash that's out there in the universe. Enjoy
Right.
it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Enjoy all the
Yeah.
trash we're gonna fucking figure you out where we're just gonna
Yeah.
keep showing more and more of the same trash that you like, and you're just gonna fucking fall into it and just be like, fuck,
Right.
this Instagram is out of control. It's crazy. It's all fucking, my
Yeah.
Instagram is Asians, puppies, fucking parrots that talk to each other, Jeeps. It's like
Jeeps.
that's what it is. It's like Jesus, they really figured me out, man. That's fucking crazy. So yeah, be careful like what platforms and shit you use or let your kids use. So, especially if
Yeah.
it's like TikTok. Just remember where that came from because everything I said about TikTok is 100% true. Just look it up. A lot of media don't want you to know, but it was on like one of those chat like 60 Minutes or some shit.
Right. Back to that Trump thing where he was warmongering and stuff like that. He didn't look real almost. I don't know if it was just all the makeup on him or whatever, but
Mhm.
I've seen some serious like AI videos lately
Me too.
that you wouldn't be able to tell that it wasn't the person. So
Mhm.
how are we to tell anything anymore? How are we supposed to say like how are we supposed to know if any of this is real?
I don't know. Unless you physically see Trump or Biden in person and watch them talk to you, I don't know how people could believe that shit is real. Because I
Yeah,
seen
but
the Biden one today was saying some shit like he's going to impose draft for people to go to war. And
really.
he was talking like I thought it was actually him for a second. He's like, we're gonna start with the 20-year-olds. We're gonna get them drafted into war. I'm like, what? What's happening? It's like we need people, and then I'm like, oh shit! And then I read it further. I listened. I'm like, oh, this is AI. I'm like, it had me
Oh, really?
fooled for a minute, and
Wow.
I was like, yo, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, and I caught myself. I'm like, yo, this ain't true. Like, I'm not that fucking stupid that he would say this right now. Like, nothing serious has happened yet, you know?
Hmm.
But there were people that would actually believe that, we'd start getting
Yeah.
drafted, that'd be wild, man. We're so
Yo, if we
not even close to that.
if the fucking draft comes back at this point in the world,
We're dead.
2023,
We're fucking
then
dead.
we have learned nothing and we are useless to fucking the universe. We are completely useless if that's what has to happen.
Nick, if we had to rely on our youth, the youth you see on Instagram and TikTok, we have to rely on them to fight like bunch of Chinese kids if we went to war
Right.
in China, or a bunch of Russians if we went to war
Yeah.
in Russia, or both? We had to rely on our youth? No, man, they're gonna fucking take us over. They could they probably will take us over, man, if it came to that. Right now, I'm seeing little videos of fucking little Chinese kids, like 8 years old, in class, have
Yeah.
guns and they're assembling guns. Like, I'm like, I'm like, oh shit, like that's crazy, you know? And they're
Yeah.
they're doing that kind of shit. They're learning math, and you're fucking putting guns together, man. You gotta watch out. I'm telling you, future ain't looking so good.
You know what's fucking insane, Mike? And I don't know if I've ever said this before, but the leaders of the world have no skills they don't try to teach you anything ever. They don't try to teach you how to like be calm, change your mind, be a good human being, teach you to fucking meditate, teach you to fucking, don't be so angry, be calm. How come that is? How come these motherfuckers, how come no, like, you know what it is? Because if somebody ran for say, president and they started preaching all that stuff, they would get ripped a new fucking asshole. Because number one, most of this country is like the middle America, right? And they don't fucking want to hear that shit. They just want to hear guns, fucking pickup trucks and rock and roll, which
Mm-hmm.
to be honest with you is pretty cool. So I'm not
It's
shitting
pretty
on you guys or anything
right.
like that. But I'm just saying maybe open up your mind a little bit and let in some meditation and some fucking,
Right.
peacefulness if you must. But
Pussy out a little bit.
so we'll see out a little bit. Yankee Doodle Dandy, motherfuckers.
Imagine us going down there. Hey, listen, you guys need to pussy out a little bit with your rock and roll and your fucking jeans and your fucking pickup
All right.
trucks and your
Yeah, and
fucking
you're
beer and
fucking
your styrofoam cups. You
yeah.
fucking maniacs. But we love
You
you, man.
Daisy Dukes.
That's a lifestyle, man. Yo, respect.
Yeah, we're not hating on your shit. As long as you're not like an asshole, as
Yeah.
long as you're not like one of those real fucking assholes.
Yeah, like I don't make fun of like, bikers and shit. Like
Yeah.
I think to me, like a biker gang, them wearing all the same leather jacket with patches, it seems ridiculous to me. You know what I'm saying? It seems stupid. But listen, that's a lot of people's things. They love that kind of shit and they're all about it. Like they get on their hogs and they show their bikes to the other guys and they, look at the bikes and they're like, oh, nice bike. And hey, nice bike. And then, you know what I'm saying? Now
Yeah.
you're in a group now. You got to wear a leather
Right.
jacket. You got to grow a stupid beard. Silly.
Yo, when's the only time it's acceptable to sell another guy nice hog?
Never. That's probably the one instance is when you're at like a bike show because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
first off, it's ridiculous that you're both in leather and you're talking, you know, talking to each other
About
like
each
in
other's
person.
hogs.
Yeah, it's like a
Right.
Halloween fucking costume or some shit, man. But like, listen, I'm respecting it. No doubt, you guys do you, man. That shit, it's just like I don't know,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense to me. A lot of things in life just seem stupid to me, and you know, that's just one of
Hey, Mike, you want to ride my hog?
them.
You want to take my hog for a ride?
Got my hog out back, fucking rested. You want to go see my hog? That's ridiculous. Never, man.
Yo,
Never.
speaking of hogs,
Mhm.
several reports of an unknown white powder or dust sediment falling out of the sky through West Virginia and Maryland. Local fire departments suggesting people shut the windows and doors and stay inside until it can be investigated. Speaking of hogs,
That's that's some fucking shit that happened in real life. This white dust
yeah,
coming down from the sky.
yeah.
What could it be? That's the question. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break and we're gonna answer that question. We'll be right back on the Mix It Up podcast. All right, we are back on the Mix It Up podcast. I'm Mike. That's Nick. Nick, this shit that's falling out the sky, man. I don't know what is it. Like it's weird how it's like getting close to like our area when they had that train derailment in Ohio. Like, wouldn't it make sense? Like the jet stream comes from that way and it's gonna blow through the whole east northeast, right? It's gonna be in the wind. It's gonna
Well,
be in the
I mean,
clouds, right?
as an avid Jetstream follower over the past 30 years of my life. Yes, Michael, we'll go directly through the Middle Eastern country outside of America, and we'll travel upwards, northwards toward New Hampshire, circling back around. We'll stay over New Hampshire for an exorbitant amount of time. New Hampshire may die. So yes, you're correct. Yes.
Ron Burgundy, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, man. So the fucking gotta get stuck up in the clouds and fucking get here. So wouldn't that make sense? Like if it just like got to New York and just decided, hey, I'm a big chemical cloud. Let me just dump my shit right here too. Like I'm just dumping my shit everywhere. Because it's not
Yeah.
gonna just go all the way up into the sky into space, right? It's gotta eventually go, right?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't the
I
wind
guess
take
so.
it over here? Like it's just not gonna get, you know what I'm saying? It eventually got to come this way. That's all I'm saying. So I think everybody in
Yeah,
the
no, I hear
Northeast
you.
got affected by this fucking crazy train derailment, chemical spill, and you know, I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm gonna tell everybody anyway when I go insane. Like it was the trains, man. It was the trains.
We should use that
It was the
as an
trains.
excuse everywhere. It's a
I
fucking
don't know
train.
what the hell that
Calling
shit could
sick,
be anything that fell out of the sky, man. It could be fucking who
calling
knows?
sick,
It
calling
could
sick,
be anything.
calling sick from work tomorrow. Like I can't make it to work. The train derailment been on my mind. Can't make it. No, but you're right, man. It could be anything. It could be just fucking like a weird new snow that we never seen before.
Right, dirt snow, white dirt snow.
Yeah, so I don't know. Definitely something weird. But
Yeah,
take it or leave it. People are saying one thing, then
right.
everybody else that's hoping it's just nothing and saying the other. So let's hope it's nothing.
True. What the fuck is this? Highs and lows. After one of the most amazing weeks of my life, I wake up to the news I lost my friend today. Bells is gone. Damn it. But remember this, when you are having real fun and are truly happy, enjoy it to the fullest because pain is inevitably coming. I'll miss you, homie. Oh, so the guy, Ice Cube's boy died?
Yeah, Richie Belsner. He was on like
Oh,
Law and Order SVU for a while. He's
yeah.
a stand-up comedian. But yeah, so got Ice T with the nice wise words, man.
Yeah. Ice T up in here. Well, I guess it's true, man. I mean, you know what I realized?
Okay.
Um, over the weekend, I went to, me and my family went to the Poconos for my dad's 70th birthday, right?
Nice.
We rented an Airbnb. It was fucking awesome. Like they had a sick game room. Fucking, you would have loved it, Mike. I actually videotaped it. I was going to show you. Let me send it to you now, actually, and then you'll probably think it's hilarious. And then we could talk about it afterwards when you laugh at. And I didn't say that was hilarious, but oh, here it is. I just sent it to you. But I realized I don't look up very much. I legitimately just look down all the time.
Look
And
up.
it's almost like I'm floating through life as opposed to looking up and acknowledging what's going on.
Look, Ed's going fucking crazy with that shit, man. My man's trying to go for like the right. He's playing for the people out there. Just listen to that. It was his brother playing fucking Papa shot, and he's just he does it with two hands. I don't know how people do that. Just throw a
I don't know.
basketball with two hands. It's ridiculous. He looks like some monkey shit. Like monkeys do that kind of shit in the wild. But like I
Right.
need like this. I need like a one hand set, bang, bang, like one
Right.
handed, man. I ain't doing fucking two. He looks like a fucking cartoon character. Fucking crazy with that shit, man.
Shit's fucking hilarious. Hilarious.
Yeah, that's what it is though.
But yeah, Ice T knows what's up, man. You gotta pick your head up sometimes. You gotta stay around. You gotta take the moment in sometimes because you know the moments don't last ever. This moment's gone. This moment's gone. This moment's gone. It's to take a step back sometimes and actually look around at the dinner table, or you're in the movie theater, or you're even at work. You just say, oh, look around at your warehouse, look around at your office, look around at your computer, and just acknowledge. Like me and Mike right now, we're on a podcast.
Right.
Let's take a second, Mike, to realize what we're doing.
Yeah, right. I'm realizing that.
What are you looking at, butthead?
But yeah,
Me
no,
too. I'm realizing it.
no, like yeah, I mean, I get like all that what you're saying, like be like appreciative of like your surroundings. I think everybody's kind of just like zoned into themselves, doing their own thing, where they're just not
Yeah.
like they all say that kind of shit. The same thing. It's like, oh, you're not smelling the roses. You know that fucking line
Right.
and shit.
Right.
Like, I guess because we get so caught up in like, I think like the daily lives and shit, like doing like the kind of like the routine stuff, same shit. Got
Right.
to get the coffee
Yep.
this morning. Got to do this, that. We get so wrapped up in that yeah, we need time to like decompress it. Just like yeah, just look around, appreciate. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The stuff you got, the people you got, the pets you
Yep.
got,
Your
all that stuff.
nipples.
Yeah, you fucking, your sick wardrobe.
Yep. Always got to appreciate your nipples because they could fall off at any time inside your coffee, which is disgusting. You might drink it by accident, but that's besides the point. But anyway,
Yeah, you can milk anything with nipples.
we got any more topics?
The diversity and
Oh,
inclusion prompt cards.
what the fuck is that? I want to before we get onto a topic,
Uh,
I got a number thing again that I want to bring up.
uh,
So on the way to the Poconos, me and Amory left at like, I don't know, 12 o'clock. It's only supposed to take 2 hours to get there, right?
Yep.
We always take forever and we just stop. We went to Walmart and I was being a cranky fuck. And she just was like, oh, let's stop at Walmart. I was like, no, right? I was like, it's fucking 20 minutes back that way. So
it's
we get off the exit and I drive there and I'm like, no, fuck this. Then I took a detour and then we went to Walmart anyway because I realized I needed stuff at Walmart. So I just gave in. I was like, oh, okay, let's go to Walmart, right? So we're driving and then it said that it was going to be 3:33 when we would get to the house. I was like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. That means that I guess we were supposed to just like, take our time and go to Walmart. And then it went to 3:32 and I was like, oh fuck, man. And then I passed the turn accidentally to get
oh
to
shit.
the street and I had to circle back around. So it ended up being as soon as we pulled into the drive, it was 3:33.
Three? Oh
So that
shit.
was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, numbers, man. Numbers don't lie.
No.
You
Hips don't lie either, but
definitely seem to be hips don't lie. Shakira, Shakira. Yeah, you definitely seem to be having a lot of those things
yeah.
happen to you recently.
What was that topic that you were gonna go with? A basketball card?
Just playing the lotto or something. Now this all right, so you know how like the woke people are coming out the woodwork, they're all, making hashtags and all that shit, being woke.
Oh, yeah.
So of course the woke population, they're gonna need their own game. So of course the woke people created diversity and inclusion prompt cards. So I
Okay.
guess it's just like a game. You roll dice, you pick a card, and then it just gives you like how to like be nice to like a minority, I guess.
Wow.
So yeah, and they try to teach you shit. I'm like,
All right.
listen, my game over would be like this. I would sit down, I would be like, listen, just don't be an asshole. Game over.
Game over.
You know what I'm saying? That's all
Yeah.
this game needs. This game, that's
All
the
right.
wild card. If you pull out one of those cards, you automatically win. And diversity and inclusion thing. It's
Yo,
wild, man. People are crazy with this shit now. It's getting out of hand.
when I was at in the Poconos as well, we went to the fucking Mount Airy Lodge, the beautiful Mount Airy Lodge.
Always used to hear that commercial and shit back in the day.
Yep. Beautiful Mount Airy Lodge. We listened to it on the way there.
Now's the perfect time, and the season is just right. You can play all day and dance into the night. Beautiful Mount Airy Lodge, all you have to bring is your love of everything.
For reservations, phone 1-800-441-4410.
Beautiful Mount Airy Lodge, all you have to bring
Too.
is your love.
I was
I bet
sitting
they
down
have
at the
it
poker
playing.
table.
I bet they have it playing in every building you go there and find Mount Airy Lodge. It's like on fucking,
Subliminally, they have it.
it's like
Subconsciously, right?
it's on the fucking beep, beep, on the replay console.
So I was sitting down at the poker table, and there's like I don't know. There's a couple of black people there, right? But there's this one guy. He seemed like a cool guy, cool black guy, and he goes. A lot of people knew each other at the table, so he said something. Somebody said something about his funeral, and he was like, no way, man. He's like, I told my wife, if you see any white people coming to my funeral, you better get them. You better tell them to get the hell out of here, right? Like joking around, you know. And it was that he kept saying it, right? Then they changed dealer, and the dealer was like, what? He was like, oh, he's like, excuse me, I was just explaining to them that if my wife sees any white people at my funeral, to get them the hell out of there, some shit like that. And it was funny to me because like he's obviously friends with these white people, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
probably outside of the poker table, he probably really only has maybe only black friends or whatever.
right.
Country you from? What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what?
If the roles were reversed and a white guy said that at the fucking poker table, he would be looked at as the fucking biggest piece of shit racist. And it also sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Like saying if you
It's
like
so true.
for some reason when you say white people, it's okay. But when you say like, man, if there's any black people at my funeral, get them the fuck out of there. It's just like
Right.
people they're gonna fucking excommunicate you. They're gonna put you in prison.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it? Yes.
Let me tell you something. Black people, they got it made. They can say whatever the fuck they want, and it's considered fucking hysterical. And when they usually say this shit, it is pretty funny. Like you gotta admit. But then when we say it, we just have a bad tone, and it just don't
Right.
come out right. You know what I'm saying? It don't come
Right.
out jokey. It comes out like,
Right.
oh shit. you know,
Yeah.
like you crazy. But yeah, you're right. They get a pass with that shit, man. It's wild.
Right. Wasn't there a comedy skit? I don't know if was it
Chris
it
Rock?
from no, it was I think it was the black dude from the Larry David show. What's his name?
Leon, the
Leon. Did
best
he say
fucking sidekick ever.
Man, call you a fucking faggot. You getting that ass, Larry. You know what I mean? You getting that ass, Larry. That's what the fuck you do. What are you talking about? You let that man slide today. You gotta immediately get in somebody's ass when that happens to you. You pull their asshole open, step into their asshole, close the door behind you, take a spray paint can, right? Larry was here. You spray paint, Larry was here, wash me, all that kind of shit. Fuck this whole asshole up. These Snicker bars, throw some paper on the floor, read a newspaper, ball of paper up the newspaper, and throw the newspaper on the floor. Fuck this whole asshole up. You know what I'm saying? Then you open that asshole one more time. Open it again. Open that asshole again. Oh! Step out his ass. And leave that motherfucker wide open so you know you've been there.
Did he say it, or maybe it was another comedian? I mean, it was just a comedian where they were like, white people when they say other people, other races, they sound like racist. But then, like, if a black guy says it, they just take away all. It's just funny because a white guy will be like, "This motherfucking black guy," but then the black guy will be like, "This white motherfucker," and it's just, it's just like an easier like way that they say it, and it's just like, oh yeah, this Asian motherfucker, and then but like a white guy, like this fucking Chinese guy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we can't say it. Yeah, we gotta. You're right. You have to find the right fucking tone, man.
Yeah,
Got to read the room with that shit, man. That's funny.
yeah.
Yes,
Speaking of softball,
oh yeah, softball season.
softball's coming back. We're trying to put together the roster, right? We're trying to put together like a really good lineup, but there's a few people that we're worried might not come back, so we don't even really want to like pressure them or harass them, right? Like this, you know who I'm talking about, right? What's his name?
We got Marshmallow.
Ant Marshmallow.
Marshmallow, yeah, that could be one.
Yeah, there's this guy out there. You have to really like be. You have to dance. You have to dance on eggshells with him. You have to dance on them because he's a very sensitive man. You have to prep him correctly. You have to put him in the egg. You got to yolk him up. You got to throw a little breadcrumbs on him. You got to fucking preheat the oven.
Right. You
You got to throw him in right the temp. You got to throw him in at the right temperature.
And then you got to beg. You got please be our cleanup hitter, please.
Yeah,
We need
and
power.
then even if you do all of that, he could just go like this to you. No, after all
Yeah,
that prep work.
right. It'll just be one word. I'm like, no, I want more. Give us more no's.
Right.
Describe
Yeah.
your no. I want a description on the no.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully
Well,
we get
we're
Marshmallow back.
yeah. And I told you, Mike, that I emailed the commissioner, the new commissioner. I said to him, "Sir, are you going to make everybody who won their division go up a notch to another division because there's a lot of teams that don't even belong in this division, pieces of shit." And
Right.
he didn't answer me. It's been almost a week, and the guy hasn't answered me. And I honestly don't think that he's ever going to answer me because he's already in the fucking Wicked Wolves payroll or whatever
Right.
team beat the shit out of us last year.
Or he probably like, I hate this job. I don't give a shit. Like
Right.
if anybody emails me, that's probably too because they keep going to commissioners like they're fucking candy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's a fucking new guy all the fucking time. They must put up with like so much abuse. I mean, you seen the guys play in this fucking league. Yeah, a lot of them are just like
Yeah.
they're fucking loose cannons.
Yeah. They're trash bags.
Yeah, they're fucking, they're some I mean, they're just trash and fucking uniforms. That's all it is.
Listen, these guys, I can't. I'm not going to hate on the guys that are like on the traveling teams because they're really good and stuff like that. But you
Yeah.
know what though? There's got to be teams out there that would annihilate these guys. Like they're good for a
Yeah,
Westchester
right.
based fucking team. But I feel like if I played softball every single day of my life and I was on steroids too, I'd be hitting the ball way farther than you
Yeah, yeah.
and consistently over the fucking fence all every single fucking time. Because I hit the ball hard as a skinny little fucking twig. You know what I mean?
Right.
These guys get a little. You put me up to fucking 250, fucking steroided up. I should be putting the ball out every fucking time.
Yeah, no
You're
doubt.
almost pathetic that you're not putting it out every fucking time if you're that big and you're a fucking professional softball player.
Yeah. I mean, we that just makes me want to do steroids right there. I want
Yeah.
to be like 250 and just be like, yo, see ya. You know what I'm saying? Just flip the bat at you guys and just put one out. That's like a dream. That's like right
Right.
below like me being able to dunk a basketball. But yeah, they shouldn't be involved in this fucking shit at all, man. Like just like, you should be like it's like me and my friends going to the basketball court and playing a bunch of like second graders. Like we're
Right.
never gonna lose to them. We're gonna block all
Never.
their shit. They're not gonna be able to score that
Yeah.
many points. Like how fun is that? I don't get the
Yeah.
entertainment in that.
Not only that, but during the regular season against those second graders, you beat them. And then for the playoffs, just to make sure you brought even in better people. You
Yeah.
brought the A squad in.
Right. Guys that just show up for playoffs. They have no time to
Right.
play the regular season. They're that special. Like
Right.
get the fuck out of here. You play softball, you fucking weirdo. We're here to fucking drink beers and socialize
Right.
after we get a couple of
Yeah.
hits. Like these guys take it way too far. They're making videos, they're putting drones out to scout us. Like, get the fuck out of here. You people are nuts. Fucking
Yeah.
lunatics out there. We play in a league of lunatics.
Yeah. I mean, like I said though, I'm not mad at them because if that's the only night they can find and they legitimately can't find a reason to just go home and hang out with their girlfriends for one night of the week. And they just like just give us the Tuesday D League. I can't go home. I gotta stay out of the fucking house. Then fucking my hat's off to you guys for that. But
All
piece
those
of
girls,
shits.
all those all the girlfriends that they have that show up to the games, these traveling teams, every one of those girls can be taken. There's no doubt about it because they must hate that they have to go watch this motherfucker play softball 5 nights a week and talk
Right.
about softball 24/7 because he's going home.
Yeah.
I didn't get that fucking swing in. How am I gonna sleep
Right.
tonight? And then the poor girl's like,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
That's how I picture the relationships and those kind of things. Because you can't be taking
Probably.
softball that fucking serious. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You take softball home with you, you're fucking nuts. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I take it home. I take it home with me. I'm
Yeah, I
not gonna lie.
mean, yeah, we got to talk about it. Like we're talking about this podcast to
Right.
get it out, but
Right.
we can't take it home and just do like set the fucking house on fire over it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's my thing. That's my thing. You don't have to do steroids to hit the ball at the fucking park. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to be my motivation to take steroids. You know, I
Your
got to
motivation
fucking
to take steroids.
actually
Huh?
probably hit a softball. Fuck. Yeah, that's probably the only reason I would take. I think I even said that. Yeah, so that and like, I don't know, just beat the shit out of anybody. Going
You
around
know,
stuff.
it's funny. I was driving either yesterday or today, and there was two people in front of me, and they were like younger, and I don't know, they were just being douchebags or something. And I said to myself, imagine they got out of the car and I just got out of the car and I was fucking enormous, and I could just crush them both. But there was no reason for that to happen because neither of them got out of the car, and we didn't even have. There was no issue at all. I just was thinking that in my head, but it must be awesome to be that big, to never be like, I know
Yeah,
you can knock a big dude out, but I can't knock a big dude out. Only trained professionals can
right,
knock like a
right.
giant out. And even them, sometimes you just have no chance against a Goliath motherfucker. You know what I mean?
You got to fight dirty. You know what I'm saying? You get glass
Yeah.
and you just throw it in his neck. I mean, like, what if you run up to like a fucking 6 fucking 13 fucking MMA fucking fighter? You know what I'm saying? And they're like, that's just too big. Like, I'm gonna have to get like a glass or a sharp object and just kill you. Like, if you're gonna fight me, like, that's the only way I'm gonna stay alive. I'm not getting hit by you.
Right.
Like, I'll fight dirty. I don't care.
Are there any 6 foot 13 inch MMA fighters out there?
Dude, plenty of fucking like wrestlers and shit. I think Al
Yeah.
Bundy was fucking 6'13", or not fucking King Kong Bundy, right? Well, who's the Bundy in the fucking WWF? Was it King Kong Bundy? Was that a name?
I don't
Was that
know.
a fucking wrestler name? I
I don't
think
know. Think you're just making shit up. Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy's the murderer. Al Bundy's the fucking married with children. I think it was King Kong Bundy was the name of a wrestler. I think he was
Wrestling
one of the
King Kong
fucking
Bundy. Yep.
losers. Is it? Yeah, it is, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it was that and like the Brooklyn Brawler. He was another loser. You get these guys that would just come on to lose, like they would
Yeah.
lose like every match they were gonna be in.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yep.
imagine having that gig. Like, listen, we like you, but you're just gonna be a loser, and you're just gonna be losing every match. Like that was those
Yeah.
guys. Feel bad for them.
Shit happens, right?
Hey, listen, if you want to be in the WWF, there's losers and winners. Not everybody can be
It's
Hulk
true.
Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage.
True.
That's
You should
wild.
feel good that you were considered the loser and you got your ass kicked.
Imagine that's your life. You dress up as the Macho Man and like Hulk
Yeah.
Hogan, screaming around, like,
Yeah.
walking into a ring and shit. Like, ridiculous. It's so ridiculous if you think about it.
It is.
It's really just, it's just toys. Like, human toys come to life is fucking wrestling. The WWF. Like, there's fucking old dudes that are watching fucking wrestling on Monday nights like it's a fucking big event. Like
Right.
this is your cartoon. This is like your little fucking toys, your He-Man dolls. This is it. Just on TV. It's grown up people. It's fucking weird. It's
True.
weird that if you like that kind of shit, I'm sorry, but it's fucking weird, man. I liked it as a kid to a certain age. It's like when you find out Santa Claus ain't real, then you're just done. Like,
All right.
yeah, crazy. People are crazy.
It's true. Yeah, that's a little crazy.
Yeah, you don't want to meet another dude that's crazy into wrestling. Hey, did you hear
No.
what Bret the Hitman Hart did last night? I'm like, no, I don't give a shit about fantasy world. It's crazy. It's craziness.
Coming from the guy who loves fantasy football, he doesn't live in fantasy world. All these fucking guys playing their fantasy fucking football.
I mean, yeah, sports is different though. Like wrestling is just like it's fake. It's like what it
Listen,
is.
it's not fake. It's planned out,
Yeah,
but
it's an
it's
act.
definitely not fucking fake. They beat the
Okay,
shit out of each other.
they do, but it's still an act.
Of course, but they still kick the ever loving shit out of each other. No one other than maybe like Ant Marshmallow, could take a shot from these fucking guys. Maybe Schmugsley too.
Yeah,
Schmugsley could take a shot from these guys.
Smugsley. I don't want to get body slammed by these motherfuckers. That would hurt like a fucking like a Andre the Giant and shit or a fucking Ultimate Warrior.
Right.
Nah, fuck that.
You think Heike Kolarzik would be able to take a shot?
Yeah, because he has that kind of like on the spectrum strength that he would be able to withstand it for a while, maybe even fire
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
But After that, I think he'd be like one of the like the Brooklyn Brawler. They just fucking you lose, lose at the end.
I think they would let Hike like leave the ring, and he'd be like, "Oh fuck this, I'm leaving," and then he'd get out and he'd fucking walk down the aisle, and just when he thought that he was gonna get away, they'd clothesline somebody'd clothesline him.
And then all of a sudden, his like teammate, his managers, like is Paul Bearer, played by his
Yeah.
actual brother. That'd be a fucking fantastic. I would love to see it. Like, imagine seeing Hike Kolarsik in like a steel cage match. Like, there's no way out. And like,
Yeah,
dudes are just flying over, elbowing him and shit. That'd be fucking fantastic. It'd be like, though, he would
I'm
be like
picturing.
a special guest in the WWF. Oh no, here he comes. And then
Yeah,
Malazar comes running out. Like, dude, he could play like that kind of character. You just don't know it, you know? You don't see
yeah.
how hilarious of a character he could be. He could
I,
be
I,
one
I
of
don't
those
know what I'm
guys.
picturing. I'm picturing Hike in a cage, like in a cage match with a fucking like a tiger in there trying to eat him, and he's just holding on like when he makes that fucking noise.
Yeah, yeah. Like a fucking lion and shit, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got him by the face. Yeah, yeah. That's kind of like the noise he made when he fell, like outside of your house. When Malarsic fucking so when Malarsic was leaving Nick's house one night, it was like ice still on the ground outside. And then like I knew it was ice. I'm like, I walk like kind of around it, it's fucking ice. It's glistening. I'm like, he's like, why didn't you point out the ice? I'm like, what am I supposed to be like, yo, there's ice here? I'm like, obviously there's ice. Like, you got here, didn't you? Like, you got to this
Right.
place. There was ice then. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit, ice when I walked in. And so what did he think? Like later on the night, like it would just not freeze? Even
Right.
worse. So obviously he goes right on it. He has the chicken palm in his hand and he goes like he's like, So he fell like halfway down, right? Or he's like halfway down. He's like, and then he fell all the way, and another like it was fucking hilarious. And then the chicken palm goes like flying near me, and I'm not gonna risk bending over to pick it up, so I just kicked the chicken palm right back to him. Like he was right, it was in the middle of the street. And then he was like, my knee, So I'm like, oh no, I'm like, am I gonna have to take this kid to the hospital? But he turned out to be fine.
Yeah,
That was funny though.
it was.
Those were the days.
Yeah. There
Uh,
goes
one
the neighborhood.
one last thing. My Twitter feed. God, I got released out of jail, out of Twitter jail. I had a 6-month sentence. My personal handle, so I'm back at Mike Turner
Congrats.
MFT. Come like and follow me there. Yeah, so I was in fucking Twitter
Congrats.
jail. I kept appealing. Um, they took our boy off Derek off of Twitter for a while ago,
Really?
a long time before I got kicked off. So he's trying to get
Yeah.
back in, and he shouts out our podcast. We got to shout out his Derek's podcast over there. So
Mhm.
support him there. But yeah, he's trying to get back on Twitter. I finally got my appeal won, even though they denied my appeal for Twitter to get back on after like 10 tries. So thank God Elon Musk came back and hooked it back up and let people like, back in there. I was in
Yeah.
Twitter jail for calling like Ivana Trump and the little Clinton girl a bunch of bitches. That's all I said. Like I was
Right.
just like, oh, look at these bitches. I wasn't like even like a really bad derogatory. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, look
Right.
at this fucking bitch. It wasn't like that.
Right.
It was like, oh, look at these bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like,
But Twitter
look at these
don't.
motherfucking bitches.
Yeah, look at these fucking bitches. Like if it was a black person that said it would have came out cooler. But now
Right.
because I
Right.
said it, just comes out like a hate crime. So
Look at this fucking bitch.
you know what I'm saying? So I'm back. I'm back, baby. So
Nice, man. Did you get
I'm
conjugal
happy.
visits and like, did you get conjugal visits and or a phone call?
Yeah, you got to pay for what you get in the clink. You know what I'm saying? So I had to pay my way on there. I had like had a nice fucking jail cell, man.
Nice,
It's
man.
actually it's actually a real thing. All kidding aside, I seen a video recently. It's funny you bring that up. This is fucking now it's a trend. They're going on like I don't know. Maybe it's TikTok or like whatever. And they're putting how their jail jail cell is, and they have it like
Uh-huh.
it looks like a cool little fucking apartment. Got the fucking toilet there, got a nice sink, got a bunch of baking goods, got a big flat screen TV in there. They got games.
Shit.
I bet they got that ethical game that we were fucking talking about before. Like their jail cell is like hooked up. And the guy's like, yeah, if you spend a lot of time in here, you get to accumulate a lot of things. I'm like, yo, why wouldn't they fucking live there? I think these people that are homeless, they're better off just committing a crime.
Yeah. Hope
Try to
they do
commit
that.
an armed robbery, and if you get away with it, that's even better. But then at least you're gonna have a
Right.
place to stay, and you'll be go to jail
Right.
for 30 years. But it's a cool little fucking apartment and shit. Nobody bothers you. There's nobody, nobody gonna be fighting. This jail guy he
Yeah,
had like
nobody bothers you.
bolts to put in the bottom of the door so the guards won't bother him. I'm like, the guards won't bother him. Yeah, I'm telling you, jail is like it seems fun.
Yeah. I don't know what fucking prison you were looking at.
Definitely not Rikers. But I guess on that note, we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, because I'm falling asleep, man. I'm fucking so tired. I don't know what is going on. I could. There was parts of me in the past 5 minutes where I was just gonna shut my computer off and not even say goodnight. I was gonna Irish exit you and just pass out on the floor.
That would be hilarious if you did that. But don't do it now. It looks soon, but you should do that one time. All right, guys, we're gonna definitely wrap this up. We'll talk to you next week. Like, subscribe, hit the DMs for a t-shirt. You know what to do. We out. Peace.